Alright, so what's up guys? This is going to be my first video on this channel. And this is purely about the modding era of the PS3 and the 360, specifically like the golden era. So we're going to be talking about obviously um MW2, Call of Duty 4, War That War. Might even get some early Black Ops 2 stuff in there. Um Maybe some early GTA menus. We'll see how this series goes and how I wants to take this channel. But as of right now, I want to show you one of my first ever bypass menus that I ever remember using. Um, Aside from Whitewater, which will be a video on this channel eventually. A lot of these menus, they do the exact same thing, so I'm not going to go through and explain every single function. I just kind of want to talk about the things I like about them, why I want to preserve it. Well, actually, why I want to preserve it should be pretty obvious. I mean, this stuff will get lost to time eventually if someone's not holding on to these files because they'll fall into irrelevancy. Not that they were ever super relevant in the first place. I mean, console modding was not the most relevant thing in the world, and it never will be. So, I mean, this is just for the small niche community of individuals who would maybe like to recall childhood things or just good memories from these games. Before, the PS3 got blown out of the fucking water with the WebKit exploits, and the 360 now has RGH3. Stealth services are way cheaper than they used to be. KVs as well. Console IDs on PS3 side, they used to be like $50 back in my heyday of modding. Now they're like fucking 10 or $8 on eBay. You used to have to go to reliable sellers. Now you can just buy them on eBay. So, anyways, I figured I would show this pretty cool menu. This was probably, like I said, one of my favorites. Also one of the first that I ever experienced. So I guess for this recording we'll go for Rust first, because everybody always recorded on Rust, right? I mean, it's a given. You gots to, right? So instantly we come in with that bing bong sound, which would be pretty familiar if you've ever used what's that fucking bypass patch called? Yanny. Yanny 1.11, and I will record a video on that eventually. Because I do have that one thankfully saved. It was pretty hard to find a download of it. But hopefully I'll make it more accessible to people. But yeah, this one was pretty cool for its time. This was a later bypass patch. We can get into some of the real old school stuff where there was not even really a menu. Like, a lot of it was just going prone and doing stuff. I think they used to really call them challenge lobbies. Although I think nowadays the term challenge lobby would just be considered like an unlock all lobby. But back in the day, a challenge lobby was the little menu that you would pay someone to get into Seven Sins a lobby, like an unlock all or a level 70, like when the stuff was really early. So anyways, this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. I like the little water effect, the noises whenever you scroll through. I do like that. I believe that's something that Whitewater does as well. Obviously it's not hard to code something like that. It's just a nice little addition. So obviously in the account we have all the regular stuff. I'm not sure why FOV would be in account. That seems like a really weird,
Care package on the way.
really weird addition. So this menu, I forgot, actually you throw a care package. And then it has something that, like, you go to claim the care package, and then it says, like, claim your unlock all. And it's the weirdest thing that it could do ever. I haven't been able to get it to work, so this patch I specifically downloaded, it might be broken on. But I thought that was pretty neat. Going through, obviously, you have all the perks. Unfortunately, when you close out of the menu, you lose your perks. So yeah, so I'm pressing and holding square and nothing's happening. So I just don't know if that works or if that was specifically made for online. Obviously you have your third person. I'm not going to click on orgasm. We all know what that is. The gold deagle classes, you get them in your flashbang slot. So now we should have 3 weapons. Yeah, we do, which is pretty interesting. I do remember that briefly before we went to 1.12. But I think 1.11 to 1.12 was just really quick. So it's kind of weird it spawns with 1 bullet. I think it's because your tactical is ×1. I think if it was ×2 somehow, it would be 2 bullets before you would have to reload. But either way, that's pretty cool. I wish that worked on 1.14. Make it rain is obviously just put the money on yourself. I don't think I can disable that, so we're probably gonna watch that for the rest of the review, unless it just did it once, which it looks like it did for whatever reason. Usually that repeats. Oh, actually, the menu has just completely disappeared. Okay, there we go. So I guess that is broken. The infections are pretty standard here, you know. Nukes in a care package. You got the laser sight. The Sherbert vision, which is a debug vision, and it's Sherbet, not Sherbert. So go ahead and disable that. You've got the debug, which is, it used to be called Leet hacks or something. Leet hack vision on some menus, which is so fucking tacky. The infectable mod menu, I don't know how that works. I think what it would do is, I don't know if it would just give you the USB CFG menu, or if it would actually infect it with something. I remember infectable menus being really popular on the 360 later into its modding life cycle, so I don't know if this already had that. If it did, I guarantee it would be a save menu. So it would have your name, where the text chat is supposed to be, and then it would probably be like simple stuff like devars, like jump height, and shit like that. So anyways, you have all the messages right here. Yes, no. Instead of player, it would normally say your name online when you were hosting this patch. Pretty cool. Typewriter was always some of my favorite things to utilize. Especially one that let you type shit in, although it was damn near fucking impossible to type shit with the PS3 controller. Yeah, there's the multi-jumps, another one of my more favorite mods. Very basic stuff to code in GSC, but cool to have otherwise. I mean, you've got like the double speed, which was pretty common to see on these menus. You get like that goofy fucking run. Drive a car, which, yeah, unfortunately it does not work on this map, but it would spawn a little car. Crazy cow, which I didn't even know there were cows in this game, to be honest. And the Stalker Pro was kind of funny. I mean, that's just fucking like times 16 speed. I mean, you would not be able to play with that in reality. This feels more like a troll than anything. And the glow stick was so good for trick shots, man. I mean, I don't know if anybody has anything recorded on channels that are old. But we used to set a save and load point on high rise on one of the really high buildings, and we would always try to trick shot with this glow stick because we just thought it looked so fucking cool. You know, I think the reality of it was it used to be the tactical insert. Considering the icon, I don't know if it's in Spec Ops, and I think maybe it might have been in campaign. But yeah, we were so obsessed with that shit. You can still call all this stuff on 1.14, but it's all through memory editing now. You can't run GSC on 1.14 unless you pay for Infinity Loader. I'm sure there's other ways to do it aside from Infinity Loader, but we had all these other ones too. This Thunder Gun, which you have to scroll to. I think, is it this fast 12? Yeah, it is. So that one kind of just shakes the screen. That kind of sucks. I don't know why that has like the AC 130 kill streak sound effect. I mean, that's fine. I've seen that before where it's a little better. The nuke gun is pretty fucking awful. Yeah, it's just the particle effects of the nuke. It's so funny looking at this now on a modern television, and it's like, man, that just does not look good. Snow gun. I'm not exactly sure. That's pretty interesting. I don't know what that effect is. And then the water gun, which is everybody's favorite. It's always the G18. It's always the fucking water gun. So I also really enjoy this one. I remember having, you know, just running around shooting people with this was pretty sick back in the day. Oh, you have the pretty typical stuff in here. Modded bullets, you know, AC 130. Probably be better if I'm not using that gun. There you go. Anyways, I mean, aside from that, UFO, you always almost have a right stick, crouch and right stick in UFO mode bind. You know, one's slower, one is faster. And then you do have the old school no clip, which I am a big fan of. I do very much like this old school no clip. That's what they would call it on more recent patches. The original way is you would just go into the spectator mode, and then when you would come out, it would just call on your origin, your location, it would pinpoint and then just spawn you there. So you can hear, it's like a little, that's why you land and then fall. It's like a little, you land on something and that's what's calling your coordinate. I don't know if it's like a care package or what it is. I think it would depend on like the menu maker. Obviously, you could probably use whatever. All the kill streaks. I mean, we'll just do the Suicide Harrier for the sake of it. There it is all the way up there. I don't know if it's actually working or if it's just broken up there. It might have broke. We'll fly up to it. I'm wasting time on that. I think it's broken. Yeah, it just kind of got stuck up here for some reason. I think it's supposed to give me like a prompt. Excuse me. It's supposed to give me like a prompt onto where to put it, but it just didn't give it to me right there for some reason. FX Playground I don't think has worked. I've tried it. Oh yeah, no, it's this. Okay. And I don't know if this would crash it, so I end up changing my team every time anyways. So it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure this game overloads pretty easy. Like right there, I'm not getting text functions anymore. So I might have to actually restart, unless I can get away from it. Yeah, no, it's just already done. So I'm gonna have to restart the game here. ChiTownHDMods. I didn't even realize that's who made this. Or at least had a base and edited it. Anyways, we'll go back in here. Anyways, I already showed you everything in there. In the game, it's just, you know. That's ridiculous. I can't. Fucking must have been really annoying for people who just wanted to level up or have VIP or whatever. Super jump is your typical super jump, 999 value. What surprises me is MW3 can go way higher. I mean, MW3 has values up to like, well, infinite value really through memory debugging. And I don't know if this game is the same way. If you're not calling it through a debar, if you decide to edit the memory instead, if you could go higher. I have this feeling you can, but I've never tested it myself because, well, nobody's doing super jump lobbies anymore. So this stuff is pretty cool. The Forge menu shit was really cool. On the real PS3, it would lag tremendously bad. And I'm sure even on my PC here, it'll lag pretty bad too. Since these are pretty tough games to emulate on RPCS3. And it didn't even spawn in the other care packages. I wonder if that's only specific menus that would do that. Then you get your Stairway to Heaven. Size 200. Holy fuck. I might crash the fucking lobby. Oh, dude, I'm stuck. I forgot about the jump height. Maybe we can disable that. I wonder if that's gonna, like, break the menu. Maybe it won't. I think it has to finish building it before you can get on it. Okay, there it goes. And that actually fucking works. I mean, a majority of these seem like they're usually really laggy or you have to jump up them, but this one actually works, so that's pretty cool. And it didn't break the menu, which is nice. I do remember the weapon box being really sick when I was younger, too. I mean, before I had a jailbreak, people used to host on World at War, and it would have this weapon box as well. And I was just so fascinated about, wow, like, how are they even getting this to spawn in? Of course, now knowing GSC, it's not hard to make something like this, right? But it's still pretty fucking cool to see what you could do with GameScript C. I think Advanced Forge is just picking up models. So, grab this car right here. Oh, does that not count as a model? No, I don't think it does. Oh, this UFO is weird. Like, delayed. Or maybe because of this. I don't know. I'm not able to grab these blocks. I don't know what that size thing is. I think that's broken. Artillery gun. I didn't read the instructions. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, pretty cool stuff there. Host, I mean, unvarying bots. So, you know, in a private match, you could spawn more than 3. Unfortunately, you cannot spawn more than 3. Everybody used to love to spam this online. Oh, and there's kill text too. I guess that just is auto-enabled. So yeah, that I mean, people would just spam the fuck out of that. It was really annoying, and I fucking hated that. I can't read what that says because of the triple kill. There we go. Pick a sky text. A penis, some titties, and cushion Lee. Can you even make out what that says? Kind of. If you know what you're expecting, you can make it out. Knife bot. Report to me. And then this had a lot of game modes. I don't see any menus. Usually these would have menus. I don't know what Ninjas versus Pirates is. 1887 Madness. I do know what that is. Zombieland. And then AI Zombies was pretty cool. So to close this video off, I mean, there's nothing in player, by the way. It's just like co-host, kill them, freeze their PS3, that bullshit, AC-130 spam. I can't do any of that on myself as the host. It won't let me. But yeah, we'll load into AI Zombies just to close it off. This was one that was hosted very frequently on Bypass. And I forgot that you actually spawn outside of the map on this one, which is pretty cool. I just wish I didn't spawn with a shitload of money. Oh, and as you can see, RPCS3 is just not a fan of this. This would be running a lot better on a PS3. Just FYI. But when it comes to like in-game objects, just RPCS3 just absolutely craps out. It probably looks fine on the recording, but while playing, it's really, really noticeable. It's just pretty bad. But anyways, yeah, this was really cool, especially back in the day. I still think, even knowing GSC now, that this is incredibly impressive. Fucking one-man army? Seriously? I can't even use it. What a crazy fucking random. I can't use it. That's absurd. There you go. WA 2000. Can I really not use this? I cannot. Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't realize they spawned on this platform. They just kind of run in on the water, which is pretty interesting. Anyways, yeah, you can imagine what a game of people this would be pretty fucking sick. Normal Zombieland is awesome, too. That's player versus player, though. I think these dudes do knife you, but I think they get more intense as the rounds go on, but I don't think I've ever played it, you know, that long to where I got to, like, high rounds, but either way, yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot to end the video. I think I've been blabbering way more than really I should have been, but, yeah, that's Kush and Lean V1. I'm happy that this is the first one that I get to record. These things are fucking sick. These menus are my childhood. Back when I got a jailbreak when I was younger, I was just so obsessed with these that I went out of my way. In the Black Ops 2 era, I learned GSC. I started by, you know, editing existing menus, and you could call that leeching if you want to, but that's the way I learned. I looked at the other code that already existed. I went in and edited so many bases and added the shit that I would want to use online. So I used to have this, I wish I still had it, but it was on a drive that died a long time ago. I had this menu. It was just a mini menu for Black Ops 2, and it was all the stuff that I did. So I just had like the basic functions like no clip, infinite ammo, all perks and stuff like that. And I just had, it was just a mini menu, and it wasn't heavy on the PS3, so you didn't constantly crash or anything like that. It was, I don't know, that was the first thing I ever made. I also made a edit of some old school base on Black Ops 2. I wish I had that. I had a heavily edited Zombieland on Black Ops 2. I don't have that anymore. All that stuff was lost to time. So really, that's the whole point of this series. I don't want this stuff to get lost to time. You know, this stuff is it's evident that there's a lot of time and love put into these menus. And as these games get older, less and less people play them. Hell, the last time I ever met somebody playing Bypass on MW2 was probably 2014, early 2014. I mean, After that, I mean, these menus just become completely obsolete. And there's a lot of crude and dumb humor from back in the day in these, but aside from that, I mean, the whole purpose is to really preserve these menus. That's my number one thing. I just want to see these live on in people's memories. So yeah, thanks for watching. And this is recorded on RPCS3 upscaled to 2K, just FYI. That's why it looks kind of sharp on the HUD. It would look a little more dull if I recorded this directly from my PS3, which I will, for certain things. Same thing with the 360. I'm going to be recording directly from my 360. I won't be doing Xenia. Xenia obviously doesn't run that well. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this is a cool channel for people like me who are nostalgic about this era. And, you know, we're pretty much never going to get anything like this again. Even with the PS5 being jailbroken right now, we're pretty much never going to get it online, right? I've got a jailbroken PS4 just sitting over here that I've only ever used for games because there's no online. And maybe that's for the better. Maybe that is for the better that those consoles never see the light of day to online. And I don't know if people would still make mods like these nowadays. Uh, but I'm here to preserve them, and I'm here to record these and talk about these and why I like them. So, anyways, again, signing off. Thanks for watching.